The views expressed in the following podcast are followed by no less than 37 different Russian Twitter bots. They do not represent the views of our friends, family, employers,
Which is definitely not us.
or our sober selves. If you didn't think I'd write a disclaimer just to hear Mike's Russian accent, you were sorely mistaken. Here's Mike making a Yakov Smirnoff joke.
In America, you watch Big Brother. In Soviet Russia, Big Brother watch you.
What a country. Your mileage may vary. Welcome to Two and Change. The people are real, the drinking is real, and the opinions, unfortunately, are also real.
First, we discuss personal data marketing and how really creepy and specific those Facebook ads are getting.
Like this one for handmade leather goods. Quote, do you have a beard and your own podcast, unquote.
That one seems pretty broad, actually.
Oh, okay, well, how about this one for beard oil? Into craft beer and flannel shirts?
Let me see that. Yeah, it looks like Facebook just thinks you're a hipster, Tim.
I'm not a hipster. Just because I'm into craft beer, flannel shirts, organic produce.
Have you ever considered making your own beard oil?
Well, I mean, sandalwood is a little too common for a base layer. That does not make me a hipster.
Have you ever gotten irritated at a coffee shop for not making your incredibly specific drink just to your specification?
Or have a favorite local brewery because you like the ambience rather than the actual beer?
I hate to say it.
Yeah, you know what? I was enjoying the show before it was cool. Welcome to Two and Change. This is Tim, and I am drinking a Signal Hill Canadian whiskey with a touch of club soda that I literally just added just at this moment because I forgot to add it.
There you go.
Because this needs a little bit of flavor. Now, I know you're used to hearing Josh's voice at this point, but Josh is away for this episode. We wish him and his child or his pizza, whatever's going on, a speedy recovery.
Very good.
Sitting in for him is Laura.
Hi, I'm drinking, it's an
Purple drink.
It's purple drink.
Juniper something, right?
Yeah, it's Imperial or something. It's
Empress.
Empress, sorry.
1908.
Empress, BC gin, and it is purple. And I
is.
mixed it with diet ginger ale because that's the only way to drink gin, in my opinion. Because tonic water is disgusting.
There you go. And I am with Laura on this one. I'm drinking the same thing. I think I have a little bit less gin in. My name is Mike. My name is Mike. Mike Jansen's, if anyone's curious. And I'm also drinking the same thing. Yeah, Laura is going to convert me to gin yet. This is really good. This is diet ginger ale mixed with the same thing. It's the 1908 Empress gin.
From BC.
It was blue in the bottle, and now it is purple-ish in the thing because I mixed it with diet ginger ale.
Yeah.
A little Romulan ale looking.
It does look a little bit like Romulan ale, which is illegal, by the way.
It's supposed to be.
It is illegal. Although they had it on the Enterprise E anyway.
Yes, they sometimes carry a case for diplomatic. Sorry. Anyway,
Carrying
Laura,
on.
Laura likes Star Trek.
Sure I do.
Yeah, Josh isn't here. We can make all the Star Trek jokes we want.
We had a Klingon wedding.
This is fantastic. You seriously, you two literally did have a Klingon wedding, complete with bat lefts. It was amazing.
That were metal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, my bat lift is still here, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we got to tape it up for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's why it's still here.
I appreciate you taping it up for me. So this is a show where a bunch of Canadian drinking buddies, who may or may not include Josh, all get together and drink and discuss our vile political opinions that are different from each other, and we don't kill each other in the process, which is great. We also do it with alcohol in our system. That's kind of how we keep it so peaceful and fun, and we just kind of carry on that way.
Exactly. So we just pick topics that sound interesting to us. So, for example, our first topic is that creepy social media. So do you guys ever get these Wish ads by any chance? Like, there's this company. So our friend of the show, Jordan, posts these a lot where this random, it's almost like Alibaba, or it's just random Chinese crap, and it's like, you might be interested in this.
Which for Jordan happens to be crack pipes and and the most weirdest vinyl fetish suits with appendages for your penis and you know what? Jordan, you're a cool guy, but I am not surprised at this. Sometimes I just think, the stuff that you might look at online just wouldn't surprise me.
You know, it's weird that you say that. He actually sent me a WhatsApp message the other day with something called Calmwear. The idea is that the latest technology in anxiety relief, the Calmwear vest, is perfect for children and adults to wear underclothing to stay calm 24/7. Have you ever heard of those like compression vests or like weighted blankets?
Those,
And he sent me this ad, and he just got targeted for this ad for Calmwear. It's like an undershirt, like a hempy or a wife beater, whatever you want to call them, and it's like weighted or something that lets you like not be anxious throughout the day because it's compressing or something. I don't even know.
So if it's compressing, isn't that just like Spanx?
Well, it's Spanx.
I've actually,
it's male Spanx. It's Manx.
Like, I actually have heard about this. This is like weighted blankets, for example, that they can be used to be helpful in depression or anxiety or that kind of thing. Therapy animals.
But there's something about like I've heard something similar for backpacks, like weighted backpacks. For kids with autism, it makes them feel like they're a little bit more grounded and whatever. And
I mean, I have a special needs daughter, and one of the things that we actually did have a compression vest for her for a while. It did seem to make her more calm. So I feel like maybe it was there is something to it. I haven't seen any like scientific studies with like peer-reviewed journals or anything on this, but I feel like anecdotally it does seem to help some people.
And speaking of kids, it's actually kind of spurred the topic because apparently this is a big thing that if you are, say you're expecting, you register for baby website, et cetera, you all of a sudden your list gets sold to marketing companies that want to give you all sorts of baby shit.
That's right.
And this one woman did this and she miscarried and she kept getting a whole bunch of baby shit right around the time she was supposed to be due.
Yeah, that was dark.
It was a little dark.
It was really I mean, she miscarried, and then when she was supposed to have her baby, she got like diapers.
Congratulations on your baby. Here's some diapers.
Yeah, and it was
That's
like,
dark.
Well, hang on. It was well-meaning. Like, it was really.
Oh, there's no guy sitting in an office going.
Exactly. Like, we actually did receive free samples from like Nestle and like baby formula and all kinds of like whenever we were expected to have another child, and I do not to this day I have no idea how they got our information.
Well, apparently
I can tell you how that
hospitals and
happens.
shit.
Let me know.
So, in a former position at where I work, I was dealing with marketing technology.
Yo.
And a lot of it was third-party stuff, and it definitely dealt with, we'll say, AWS, which is Amazon Web Service, Google, and Facebook Analytics. So what
data mining.
So what these companies has is that they have algorithms that companies can buy or like get access to. And this is like super high level to do targeted marketing, right? So every time you click on something, it gets recorded somewhere.
Yeah,
every single click you do.
That explains all about Jordan's.
And that's why I'm like, I know you're a fucking freak, Jordan, because like you click on that shit and it gets back. That's why
Jordan,
everybody needs to be
back on the show.
What you're telling me is
mode.
that Jordan has like this thing where he's like clicking on like diaper porn, and that's he's now getting shit.
Jordan's not here to offer any rebuttals.
He's laughing his ass off right now.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm just saying, but if he's not here to rebut,
We'll be nice.
We'll be nice. Yeah.
But the idea
I get the idea, though,
is that if anyone says, like, the idea is that, you were looking at an article or say you're looking at an ad for like shoes or something, and then all of a sudden, and Tim's probably talked about this before about how he gets nothing but nonstop
so much underwear ads.
Yep. Because it gets recorded. And
that type of underwear you kept on talking about, where it's like a hammock for your penis.
So good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like a bra for your balls.
if you really like it, right? Like, I've bought gifts for Tim.
So many pairs.
So I get a lot of Saks ads too, but that's the thing is
I
that
get them at work.
Google Analytics.
That's the weird thing. I've never
Amazon
been to their website
Web Services, they have these algorithms that collect this information and they sell it to marketers.
Yes.
So the thing is, anything you click on, because everybody out here, like anyone who's on like clicking stuff, you have excuse my language, an Adobe Digital ID. And they're selling, and everything you click on gets linked to that ID, and then it gets sold to different marketers.
Now, does that also include when you're in incognito mode?
I don't think so.
Okay, so
I don't know for
because
certain.
the thing is, if you're in incognito mode, it doesn't. The browser will not send any information back.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
how it
I
works.
would say it's probably.
But if you sign into Facebook's selling your stuff. So it doesn't matter.
Anything you click on.
So a Google ad, if you're in private mode, won't affect anything.
Fair
but
enough.
if Facebook, unless you sign into Google, if
Right.
you sign into Facebook, that's just it. We willingly give our information over. Hey, I've got microphones from Google willingly installed throughout my house for the mere convenience of listening to a podcast here and there.
I actually noticed. I actually noticed that you have like a wall mount that keeps the Google like just
Yeah.
like that.
Well, it's
Where
just
did
like
you get that from?
It's just like a little $10 thing from Amazon.
Yeah.
And then I start getting ads for, oh my God.
You're like, hey, third party listening device, tell me about my day.
Exactly.
And, you know, then and of course, like, you know, it records, but the thing is that a lot of this stuff is like from my point of view, and especially because I've worked with this technology before, is that I'm okay with it.
Sure.
For me, because I'm like, if you're gonna like point me towards something that I'm interested in, like, sure, I would say probably like 95% of the stuff that I get targeted for, I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, say if I click on a video, and this happens all the time on Facebook, if I click on a video and and I don't realize it's a sponsored video, I'll get it like a bajillion times on your face, and that part is annoying. On the flip side, though, is that I'm getting a ton of cat and kitten videos, which I am absolutely in love with because that's my jam.
Yeah, I get them and I share them on Laura's Facebook. So then she gets them, but then I get them. So I see, oh, cat video, share them to Laura.
Yeah. So, like, my suggestion is just be really careful about, like, one, like, incognito mode for sure, and two, like, just be really careful about the media that you click on, especially like nowadays, is that it could be like this. Like, I love that, you know, Facebook now has this like info about the website that people share articles from, because, like, you know, it.
No,
like, if you share, I
things.
judge people. If you share anything from Ontario Proud, I judge you.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're an asshole. I'm sorry, but that's a like white supremacist.
We have friends who do that,
xenophobic.
and it's
I
just
don't
like,
care.
they
I
don't-
still judge them.
Yeah.
I love them, but I still judge them.
Sure. Yeah.
I do that with anti-vaxxer things. Like, there's if you share something from an anti-vaxxer, I've stopped being nice to anti-vaxxers.
There you go.
I'm no longer going to be nice to you. I'm no longer going to be patiently explaining the science.
That
'Cause it
movement
always-
seems to be growing somehow.
Yeah, because you know why? Because we were nice to them. We thought maybe patiently explain the science. No, the problem is that, well, we'll agree to disagree. Well, my research is no, fuck you. You're wrong. You're endangering lives. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's the approach that everyone needs to take.
Yep.
And if that hurts their feelings, good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Especially
no,
if
I'm
they're
not
parents
sorry.
of children.
Fuck you.
Yeah, especially if they're parents with children, right? Like, I mean,
Like, I was arguing
like-
with an anti-vaxxer
Yeah.
today on Facebook, and she's like, well, my child has a vaccine injury. I'm like, well, sorry to hear that, but you should be championing vaccines because your kid can't have them.
Right. Exactly.
We're keeping your kid safe.
Yep. And I mean, the
Dumbass.
idea of vaccines causing things like autism, I mean, first of all, I have offered a free kick in the face to any of my Facebook friends who suggest that vaccines
Right?
cause autism. And there is, like, of all the Facebook friends that I have, one is the party that seems to feel like there is some science that has not yet been done on vaccines, and they have a child with autism, and they blame the vaccines that this child got when they were a
Everyone
child.
wants to find some sort of external cause, something bad that happens in their life.
Which, okay, and
I hear it all the time at work. Oh,
that is
I got hacked.
that is a psychological reaction to a bad thing that's happened.
Yeah.
I get that. To be honest, I actually prefer to celebrate this child's accomplishments. Like, I don't know, like this child has posted videos to Facebook of them like doing things on the guitar that I did not think were humanly possible. It was incredible what this.
So my
person was
brother's autistic.
Yeah.
Before, like, and he's 2 years older than I am, so he's going to be closing on 39 this year, and wasn't diagnosed for the longest time, and he's a stand-up comedian.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Funny
So-
guy.
I'm gonna look up this guy's material.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should. I
don't think you care if we say it's Pat Tiffin. so,
no.
yeah.
But I've never seen it because, you know, he's my brother, and I really don't want to listen to him.
I've seen a bit or two. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Pat
so
who?
Tiffin, Tiffin. But
Right.
Do you
anyways.
want me to beep that?
yeah. No, because you should probably link to his stuff on your.
I
on-
will. Well,
yeah.
I'll reach out to him first.
Is
but
it
yeah, I'll link-
IN or EN?
IN.
I learned that early on in our relationship because I saved it wrong on my phone.
Fail.
It's okay. You get called Mr. Tiffin all the time, and I'm
Yes,
okay with that.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
No, I think
He's here on YouTube. That's
yes,
fantastic.
he is. Well, I just think too, like YouTube, everything like that. So, in a way,
Yeah.
it's good that kind of like what you were saying, Laura, about how because you click this, you might like that.
Sure.
And they target advertising this way. Like I actually bought a car because I saw the advertisements on YouTube. That's
And
how we have our current car.
It was targeted at you
It was
because
targeted
of
at
stuff
me.
you
It was
clicked
a
on.
very effective ad.
Like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember back in the early days of the internet when I was being targeted for ads that had nothing to do with me. Like, I mean, listen, my penis is quite large enough. Thank you. Like, I don't need your
There's something
enlargement
left
pills.
after the two vasectomies?
There is, yes. I mean, like when people are sending me advertisements, they're like, "This will make your penis bigger." I'm like, I have no clue how you even got my information, much less how you thought I would be interested in your product.
Well, that's just spam. That's
Yeah,
just like
that's a little
blasting it
different.
out.
They just
But
blast
this is
everyone.
like,
But
like,
once upon a time, that was the only way to send advertisement to people,
Yeah.
was just to
Because they
spam
couldn't,
it.
they couldn't target it.
They didn't
back
have the
then.
At least
technology to
now I'm
target.
getting advertisements for, is my mother listening? Church stuff, Jesus camps, and
Pictures
and,
of Jesus you can download off the internet.
Well, I mean, Caucasian
Rule
Jesus.
34.
Oh no!
Oh
that-
no!
Jesus porn.
I am not in. I'm not going to look that up. I'm not
Jesus
going to. I'm not going to try and find it. It's not there. I promise it's not there. Rule 34 is being violated right now, and I refuse to believe otherwise.
Mary Magdalene dressed as a furry. Anyway,
Shit, that probably does exist.
I guarantee you it exists.
Oh man.
well, I know what we're doing on
Jesus!
break. I know what we're
moving
doing
on. Moving on.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of final thoughts. We're going to break here. I
Yep.
do think that if advertising on the internet's just going to be a thing, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not gonna
if
get
you're
away
not
from it.
paying for the product, then you are the product being sold.
Well,
we know
yeah,
that.
I mean, otherwise the economy of the internet's going to work very differently. We get all these services for free. Why do you think Google is free? Why do you think Facebook is free?
Because of the advertising.
Yeah, I mean, are
And
you?
it's
Are,
data
Zuckerberg said
mining
that. Zuckerberg
possibilities.
said that in his Senate hearing. Like,
Yeah.
how do you make money? We run ads, Senator.
yeah,
Cue
And-
creepy smile.
And if unless you're willing to pay a subscription service to Google,
Yep.
a subscription service to Facebook, because no one's going to do that.
No.
No.
Genie's out of the bottle. So I mean, yes, they have our information. I'm not saying it's great, but if I'm going to see ads, at least it's going to be for discount underwear that I like.
And you know what? As the libertarian in the room, I love the fact that I have the ability to consent to these corporations having my information instead of the government being like, how many people live in your home? You must
can
respond.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, anti-Senate. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break while I beat some sense into Mike about the census. And
I refuse to fill it out. I did. I'm a criminal. And they didn't care.
We'll be
It's
right
'cause you're
back.
white.
You're listening to Two and Change, the podcast where whiskey is the most superior drink.
Hold on just one damn minute. There are many drinks out there.
Like Kahlua and coffee. I need my
beer.
caffeine and beer.
And those drinks exist. Whiskey is better. You know what else is better? Our website, twoandchange.ca. You
Better
can
than
also,
what?
Better than all of the above. Where you can also find our blog at twoandchange.ca. You can also look us up on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us there, and hopefully you're enjoying the show.
And welcome back from that break. I hope everyone took the time to use the washroom and get ready, because know what time it is now?
Weekly
Weekly what?
WTF.
Weekly. All right, all you listeners out there, you know how this works. We scour the internet just for you to find the weirdest, wackiest headlines we can find. It's our way of giving back to the listening community. So starting off, a man in India is suing his parents for being born. According to the BBC, 27-year-old Raphael Samuel is suing his parents because he was born without his consent. In a statement from his mother, she advises, if Raphael could just come up with a rational explanation as to how we could have sought his consent to be born, I will accept my fault.
Good argument.
And yes, she's a lawyer.
So apparently, like zygotes and embryos can give consent now.
Which is
I do not
entirely...
consent.
Yeah, exactly. I don't consent to being born. Kill me now. Wait, that's not how that
I do not want to commit joinder with you. Wait, no, that's a software.
Yeah,
embryo.
I'm a sovereign citizen. I don't consent to this. Am I being detained?
I do not recognize the authority of a gold fringe womb flag.
Love it. There it is. Yeah. Anyway, Puchbe Luch. After being arrested for assault, a teenager's collection of bladed weapons, including a homemade bat breath, a Klingon weapon that all our listeners should be familiar with, except Josh. Police advise the teen will not be facing charges for the weapons, which is why they shouldn't have confiscated them, as they were in private dwelling. But we do have to admire the craftsmanship of this
Homemade.
batleth.
Yeah, but it looked like it was sharpened because we have a batleth as well, but it's not sharpened.
So I can
Not
tell
the
you,
sharpest batleth in the drawer.
Well, so my batleth is not specifically sharpened, but it's sharp enough that it's much more damaging than a baseball bat would be. Like if you look at my batleth, you guys have it in your possession right now. It's a batleth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having fun in the yard with it.
I'm sure you have. Yeah. Anyway,
No, that's not gah. You're smelling. A seafood sauce company in Newfoundland went out of business and left behind what can only be described as a rotting fish smell.
yuck.
The Atlantic Seafood Sauce Company went out of business in St. Mary's, Newfoundland, over 17 years ago, and has been fermenting a fish smell that the neighbors have described as toxic and nauseating ever since. According to the CBC, Deputy Mayor Steve Ryan advised that there's about 150 vats in the building, and over the past 20 years have started to leak. Ugh. The town is demanding provincial and federal help to clean up the site, which has been estimated at a cost of $700,000.
Febreze should do the trick.
Right? That's
Febreze.
you need to go to Costco and get the big and then get the multi-pack.
Exactly. That's
Well, the
Well,
problem
that-
is you go to the dollar store, get the 700,000 of the air fresheners.
there it is. Yeah, just spray that all. It's fine. Yeah.
$250,000 worth of air fresheners probably does the trick,
I
right?
wonder how much petrol you would need to use to just burn the whole thing. I don't know. That would
I say we take off and nuke the site from orbit.
Love
it's
it.
the only way to be sure.
I just dropped my phone. Yeah, that just happened.
Anyway, it's all the time we have here on Weekly What the F***. And if you have a headline you'd like us to take a look at, make sure you send it to us on Facebook, Twitter, or on toandchange.ca. Send us a message there.
Brings us to our second topic about corporations who declare bankruptcy and just leaving a mess behind for the residents or other people to kind of discover later or discover now and clean up later.
Like
after the
a
fact.
fish smell.
Like a fish smell.
Good segue. Good
Exactly.
segue.
Right? That's how we're rolling with it. So we have examples of other
How we
companies
do.
who have done this. Like we have companies who have like left behind oil crap and like other stuff. Like, do they have a responsibility to clean up the environment for the sake of the people who live there, or for the sake of the fact
Well,
of
not
that
even
other-
just the environment too. Like, what are their responsibilities? Like, I think about the Sears issue, right, where the pensioners got fucked.
Exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing. We're just like, oh, sorry, we don't have any money. Like that kind of like. I mean,
And I think that's kind of like it's a big thing too because there's a lot of you kind of see development that happens, and my frame of reference is pretty much the city of London.
Yep.
Is that there are vast lots that are vacant right now,
They are. Yeah.
but they have like buildings and tarmac and stuff, and it's all like it's still there, and it's not usable for anyone that wants to develop whatever they need to develop.
Yep.
So they're pushing outside of the city to do this.
Yep.
So I think they should be responsible for it. Like, I mean, you're the one that put it up. Fucking tear it down. If you don't own it,
Yep.
you're like, if you're just leasing the land, then it's like if you lease an apartment or a condo,
Yeah.
before you leave, you got to paint that shit. So why not clean up yourself?
So I can actually counter that a little bit. So I actually know personally a small business owner in the Mount Bridges, Ontario area. He owns like an auto body shop. Now, before that was a thing, there was a gas station on the area. Now, when that gas station was closed down, they dug up the tanks. They did everything they were supposed to do with the underground gas tanks and everything that was done. He still has to pay personally for a person to come out every once in a while to do like an environmental check to make sure that there's no gas leaking in the area, even though everything has been
Good.
completely removed from the area.
Good.
He owns this place. He has not owned it while there's been a gas station on the grounds. Now, he's now responsible for this rather, in my opinion, exorbitant cost for someone to come out, take a soil sample and go, here you go, and then bill him thousands of dollars for the fact that there was no gas leaking into the ground under his land.
He wasn't aware this used to be a gas station
He
when he bought it?
He was, but he was not. He was
Well.
not made aware of the fact that this would be required of him.
So-
Now, and just to be fair, we're talking 35 years since there's been gas, and not once have they ever found an environmental problem on the site. They still come out every year to test the ground to make sure there's no problem on it, even though the gas has not been there for decades, and he's still required to pay this every single year. It's stupid.
And before anyone says like, well, maybe you should have picked a different place to put your auto body shop. One kind of harkens back to the point that I made before that, there's all this existing stuff and that poses a problem. And also like with an auto body shop, the way that, gas station lots are set up, they're made for cars. So why wouldn't it make sense to have an auto body shop that's in a plot
Yeah,
of
no,
land for cars.
I totally get that. It's just that, I mean, it's not like it's not like he bought it from some going, he stole it for children. Yeah, it's fine. No, he didn't do that. I mean, he knew he was buying a gas station.
Yeah.
And as a businessman, one would hope he'd know that there are certain implications of buying a lot that was.
Sometimes, that is like, you don't get informed of absolutely everything up in front.
But you would know it's a gas
don't.
station.
Yeah, we know it's a gas station, but you wouldn't have to expect after 3 decades.
35 years.
keep
They're
testing
still
the
testing the
soil.
soil.
Well, it certainly sounds like something you should bring up with his member of provincial parliament. Then,
Like
because,
they
I mean,
would
that's-
change anything here.
Well,
Because
if you don't
probably
ask, nothing ever happens.
costs more to change it than it does to get for whatever.
Yeah.
So,
But in the meantime, this guy is saddled with this extra cost on his business every single year.
Sucks. He should move.
Well, that's not an option in a place like Mount Bridges, Ontario.
so
You
he
can't
should
just-
take
Absolutely.
his small business should move out of the small community that he's working in.
No, but what I'm saying is that there are certain risks associated with being a business owner, and if you buy a lot where you become responsible for the environmental impact of your lot, that carries a risk.
But my point is there is no environmental impact. They've tested it every year and have found
and that's how we know
nothing
there's no
wrong.
environmental impact, because
But-
they test it every year.
No, the gas tanks have been gone. They've been dug out of the ground and disposed of. There's
It sounds like
zero chance.
And honestly, it sounds like somebody in the political spectrum's getting a kickback from that inspection company.
Probably.
And I think, again, if this is onerous and it's a regulatory burden, I think it really should be something to come up with the member of provincial parliament or whoever's in charge of this sort of thing to actually address this.
Fair enough.
I don't. Again, I'm not going to take that as carte blanche to say that the responsibility's gone. I mean, yes, the previous owner should have the ultimate responsibility with this, but at the same time, when you're buying land.
Yep.
Where there's a risk of contamination to not just that. And if it was just the person, that'd be a different story. If he was in the middle of nowhere and there's no risk to any sort of groundwater or his neighbors.
It's probably
that's
the
one
reason
story.
why where the Petro-Canada station used to be on the corner just by our house has been empty for the past 6 years.
Yeah, because if you take that
see-
place, you have to get these environmental checks done.
Yeah.
Even look, the
rough, man.
gas
I
tanks
agree.
underneath the ground have been removed. There is zero chance that there's any environmental damage.
But here's the
being done
problem,
here.
though, with the gas tanks, though. They used to be made out of steel. I mean, and
And?
probably the vintage they had, shit still leaked.
But they're gone. They've dug them up out of the ground.
And like I
They're
said,
gone.
if it's an onerous regulation, I agree, go through the proper channels. I mean, has he gone to his provincial?
You need to queue in this line.
There, yeah, got to talk to the MPP in the area to get it fixed up.
You've never talked to your member of provincial
I
parliament?
have
or-
written several times to my MPP as well as to
I
my
don't like
MP.
taxes.
Yeah, well, no. So the latest thing that I wrote to my MPP,
I don't like paying
also-
taxes. Can
yeah,
I get more money for my children?
the latest thing that I wrote my MPP about was actually I actually CC'd in the Minister of Transportation as well to be along the lines of why the hell is the speed limit still 100 kph on the 401? That's basically what my email was about. That was my question.
Yeah, but
they
that's
didn't
pretty
respond for
broad
some reason.
versus that's pretty broad versus
pretty
something
broad.
that's pretty specific to
No,
a
like
particular problem.
401, 402, 403,
No, I
400.
say broad in the
speed
sense
limit
that-
should be 120 or 140 minimum. Go. That was very specific.
I say broad in the sense that they probably have like a million of those frickin' emails coming in.
Yeah, probably.
Versus
And you
a
don't. Did
specific
you offer
regulation.
any solutions, or are you just asking why?
I said increase the speed limit. Here's your solution. Increase the speed limit to
Okay,
140
fair
or
enough.
120 at the absolute least.
Okay, we're getting into a government regulation
We
conversation.
are.
now.
But did
I'm
you
talking-
expect anything else other than like that? I mean,
My
we're
name
talking
is
about
Mike,
corporations leaving their mess
And
behind.
I don't like government.
I don't like government either. Hey.
No. I was mocking you. I'm sorry.
She's mocking.
I'll take that fist bump.
Oh, that's incredible. I just got left hanging, everybody. That's
Exactly.
terrible.
Wah, wah.
Laura
Okay.
would not fist bump me. That's
Aw.
terrible.
I'll fist bump you now.
Hey,
Man. I
there you
don't
go.
like it.
We'll commiserate. All right.
Yeah. So I think more it's that it's sort of the same idea of the whole let's privatize the profits and socialize the losses with some of these companies. Like the Supreme Court, I'm not sure if it's Supreme Court of Canada or Supreme Court of Alberta made this ruling, but there's this oil extraction company
Yeah.
that basically left all their shit.
Yep.
And the Supreme Court said just because you declared bankruptcy doesn't mean you're advocated of your responsibilities for environmental impact.
At the same time, can you get blood from a stone? Like how
No,
broke
but I
are
think the
these
idea
people?
is that before you pay your creditors, you clean up your shit.
Exactly.
First.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. So the
But
creditors
they're making this ruling after the fact. Creditors have been paid. What are you going to do? Like,
well, no,
they're
they're
money
saying.
left.
Well, no, they're
saying
saying
as part of like bankruptcy, like proceedings, is that before like you can file for bankruptcy, liquidate your assets.
Yeah.
And the idea is that the proceeds from that goes to clean up before you pay your creditors.
Which is fine.
Well, there was
going
some sort of
forward.
but there's some sort of injunction
Yes.
that was put on to their creditors getting paid out.
Oh, okay,
And
fair
and I think the thing is that people say, oh, that stifles innovation. No, that just goes into the risk calculus that an investor will make now.
No, that's
which,
fine.
You know,
Yep.
which I think. But then you get into different issues, like for example, the Sears pension issue.
Yes.
Like for example, should Sears pensioners be considered
Creditors.
should be considered a creditor in line before an investor is? Now I'm more of the opinion that yes, they should. Because I feel it's an obligation that the company made.
I would much rather see the pension simply held as a separate asset in a special account outside the company's things that's exempt from creditor action.
Which is how a lot of companies actually do it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
big banks,
And
for example. do
The
it
fact
that
that
way.
Sears didn't do it that way, I'm like, the hell? Like, why
Isn't
is
that what happened with Enron?
Something like that.
Enron
yeah.
was a special case.
There was a
yeah,
whole bunch of criminal
There's a
activity
whole
going on
bunch
with
of stuff
Enron.
going
Yeah.
on with Enron,
Yeah, I don't know if anybody got jailed for that or not. They should have.
yeah. What's his face? Kenneth Lay.
Yeah.
Like, it was a long time ago though. At this point.
Yeah. We're talking.
Enron's like over 20 years now.
Yeah,
I
and
can
Nortel
remember
is
it.
also about that same time,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's right, because Nortel went down. MCI, WorldCom went down. It was the 90s were a mess.
Well, that was the .com bubble bursting, basically. Is what
Well,
happened.
but not only the .com bubble bursting, but also the whole like corporate malfeasance, and I think we're going to see another wave of it because you always see these corporations like getting the federal fist of God comes down and says you can't do these things. They get better at hiding it, and then 10 years later, nope, that's still fucked up. You can't do it. 10 years later, still fucked up. You can't do it.
Yep.
We're overdue for one.
I don't know. I feel like the corporate malfeasance argument. I mean, there's a lot of regulation around corporations now. I would almost suggest too much regulation. But I also understand that it's all intended to protect the little guy.
Well, I think it's you have the American idea that corporations are people, and I
That
firmly-
idea is stupid.
Exactly.
As a libertarian and as a recovering Catholic socialist-ish guy, like you and I completely agree. That is retarded. That corporations are people.
No.
Well, I think it's stupid because the thing is that corporations serve exactly one purpose: to maximize
money.
profit to the shareholders.
And yet you get
And that would
mad
be
that those machines that don't have any human emotion utilize whatever means are available to them, including abusing government regulations to do so.
well,
Not sure
exactly.
why you think
This
that's
is
the
why.
way-
No, I'm not mad at. But you think I'm mad at the regulations? No, I'm mad that there aren't more regulations. This is why we have regulations. Because here's the thing: if the corporations are left to their own devices,
Yeah.
they'll do what a corporation is designed to do.
Right.
Fuck as much money out until someone's bleeding raw. That's what they're designed to do.
Isn't that what they do in the United States? And one of the avenues that's open to them to maximize their profits is lobbying. The reason why it
Exactly.
happens down there is for two reasons. One, it's profitable. And two, the people in government have enough power to make them
And
worthy
they call
targets
money
of lobbying.
is free speech. It's not, and this is where
Also
it gets
stupid. But that's also a
stupid.
result of corporate lobbying. Like the
Exactly.
reason why corporate lobbying is so powerful in the United States is because the senators and the congressmen have so much power that they can be bought and paid for by corporations.
Yeah.
One of the greatest defenses against corporate lobbying would be to take these these congressmen and senators, strip them of the ability to manipulate the market the way that they do, and suddenly the corporations don't have a motivation to bribe them anymore.
Exactly. You know what? I just think, what we should do? Take one CEO of a company in the U.S., somewhere in the top, 150.
Sure.
Have him randomly executed on cable.
I don't think that would fix the problem.
Just, it'd be fun, though.
It would, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah. Now I'm suddenly picturing like a lottery, inside the Capitol, they draw a name and be like, Bezos is up for execution.
Are you seeing the thing with Bezos right now?
Yeah, right.
Holy shit.
Most expensive divorce in the history of divorces
no,
ever.
no,
no.
not that.
Yeah.
The thing with the Inquirer.
Oh, he's on. Well, he's not on trial. He's being investigated for something.
No. Oh, you don't know.
I don't. Go ahead.
Okay.
Walk me through it.
All right. So, the National Enquirer
Yeah.
somehow got a hold of text messages he was sending to his girlfriend.
Nice, yeah.
And Bezos was pushing back on it, saying this is a bunch of bullshit. Why do you have this? And they're like, if you don't say that this was not a politically motivated investigation, we are going to post these pictures of you. And they had like all these dick pics. So Bezos, instead of taking the bait, he said he went public with it, posted the emails he got from the National Enquirer saying that this is what they had, hired the best private investigator in the world, and said, you have an unlimited budget.
Nice.
Yeah, so basically it's a scene from Batman, The Dark Knight, where the consultant comes in and says, here, I recognize your Batmobile in the street, so what are you building, like a rocket ship? I want $10 million a year. And Morgan Freeman's character's like, so let me get this straight. You think your client, one of the richest men in the world, dresses like a masked vigilante at night and beats criminals to a bloody pulp, and your plan is to blackmail this man?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Exactly.
That's what they just did.
Yeah,
Jeff Bezos is basically Batman.
A part of me is like, I'm not even mad. Like, I mean, it's it's him playing hardball in the same kind of world.
Well, Bezos has done the only thing Bezos has done wrong. Well, I'm not even sure necessarily did anything wrong because he and his wife were on the way out.
He stuck his dick in crazy.
Oh, no, it had nothing to do with the woman. Because here's the thing. This is what the private investigator has found so far. The email, the text and pictures came from a government agency.
Is that right?
They haven't said it was a U.S. agency.
But a government agency.
But a government agency of some kind.
That's fun.
Oh, get your popcorn ready. This is going to be a fun one to watch.
This is going to be super fun.
Richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Versus,
has declared war
Previously.
against a Trump ally, and this is a lot of fun to watch.
This is going to be super fun to watch.
Well, you know what? I think we're going to have to watch it on another episode because
We
we are out of time.
Already.
I know. I want to thank Laura for sitting in once again.
you're welcome.
And Josh, we miss you, man.
We do. We miss you very much.
Wherever you go, whatever you do.
Somewhere out there.
I think that's as much as we can do without getting a license anyway. If you're enjoying the show, make sure you check us out at twoandchange.ca. Make sure you also continue to download a show on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Anyway, for Two and Change, I'm Tim.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
We'll see you next time. I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I sort of had to tune you out.
Valiant effort. You guys have watched that film, right? Yeah. What do you mean, what?
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
somewhere out there.
Oh, yeah.
Fievel goes west, or Fievel, American Tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
love it.
American
the
what?
mouse. The mouse, the American Tail.
Sorry, I'm not what?
Fievel. Okay, so it's sort of like a Russian family's heist that come to America. There are no taxes in the Vatican, and the streets are paved with cheese. You are the most...
He's pulling your chain.
Fucking, of course I know American Tail.
Unreal.
God.
Yeah.